In a village so small that the wind knew everyone by name, lived a man named Moan, surrounded by arid fields under a sky that always seemed weary. Moan possessed no gold, no land, no luxuries. But he held something far more precious, something many lose along the way: a generous heart. His house was a simple structure of patched thatch and a dirt floor, every corner telling a story of survival. Yet, an undeniable warmth filled the space, a warmth that didn't come from the fire, but from him. Moan spent his days toiling in the fields, his hoe and his sweat battling the dry earth to grow what little he could. Long after the sun had set and the village was asleep, Moan would still be there, with dirty feet but a clean soul. He had a habit, one that puzzled his neighbors: he always helped. It didn't matter if it was a stray dog, a lost traveler, or a family in need. Moan always gave, even when he had almost nothing to give himself. His wife Sunita would often plead with him, her voice strained with worry. "Moan, you have to think of us. We barely have enough food as it is. You're always sharing everything with others." He would just offer her that calm, knowing smile, one that seemed to hold an unshakable faith. "Sunita," he'd say gently, "an empty stomach is a silent enemy. If we have the power to help someone, why wouldn't we? God is always watching." One day, the heat was suffocating. A hot wind blew fine dust through the windows, and a heavy silence settled over the village. Moan was resting on his porch, his body weary and his face covered in sweat, when a faint sound reached him from the gate. A voice, trembling and tired, almost broken. "Someone, please." Moan rose slowly. Opening the gate, he saw an old man, thin and frail, his clothes worn and his eyes sunken with hunger. He looked as if he carried the weight of 1,000 restless journeys on his shoulders. "Come," Moan said, his voice full of compassion. "Sit here, you look exhausted." He quickly brought the man some fresh water. The old man drank it slowly, as if savoring a miracle. Then, with a choked voice, he asked, "Son, I haven't eaten in 2 days. If you have any food, it would be a blessing." Moan went to the kitchen and opened the small clay pot. Inside, only 2 rotis, just 2. That was their entire meal for the day. Sunita's voice trembled from the doorway. It wasn't malice, but raw fear. The fear of someone who has known true hunger. "Moan, think carefully about what you're doing. Those rotis are ours. If you give them away, what will we eat? This old man can knock on another door. But us, we have no one else to turn to." Moan stood frozen. The silence in the small kitchen was heavy with doubt. He looked at the 2 small pieces of bread, then at Sunita's worried face. For a moment, he felt the weight of her fear. He thought to himself, what if this is a test from God? What if this old man is the key to our blessing? He took a deep breath, his decision made. A hungry stomach can't wait. "Sunita, God will take care of us." He walked back to the old man and gently placed the 2 rotis in front of him, as if offering a priceless treasure. "Baba, please, eat. It's the best we have to offer." The old man didn't speak. He simply clasped his hands in a gesture of profound thanks, and he ate in silence, tears streaming down his face. As Moan watched him, a deep sense of peace washed over him. He knew he had done the right thing. When he finished, the old man slowly got to his feet. His eyes, once tired, now shone with a light that seemed almost unworldly. He reached into a worn bag and pulled out a golden plate, gleaming like the summer sun. Moan instinctively took a step back. I can't accept this. This belongs to you." The old man smiled warmly. "No, my son. This belongs to those with a pure heart. A king gave this to me, but I was searching for someone more deserving. Today, I found you. This isn't about the gold. It's about what you carry in here." He pointed to Moan's chest. "Remember this," the old man continued. "Goodness always returns. Perhaps not in the way we expect, but it always finds its way back. Use this wisely, but never let wealth erase your kindness. This plate is just a reminder. The true reward comes from God." Moan stood in the doorway, holding the heavy golden plate as the old man walked away down the dirt road, disappearing as the sun sank behind the hills. And Moan, he wept, not from sadness, but from the deep, unshakable certainty that kindness is never, ever in vain. Time will pass, seasons will change, but acts of kindness remain. They bloom in silence, and they return. They always return. Help, even when you have little. The hand that gives is also the hand that receives. The soul that opens itself to others will never remain empty, because someone is always watching. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, Please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more content that inspires. We'll see you next time.